the rest of the show, but this issue, and Chief Kevin Murphy, and I'm going to call you that. It may stick for life. You never know until you're one day maybe holding some other office. But this race relations in the capital city could take a turn for the worse if all of this is not handled appropriately. Or what are your comments on that?
I hope not. I don't think this has got anything to do with that. I do not want to see Montgomery split. Montgomery's come a long way. We've been through an awful lot. There's still a long way to go. And I just beg my community, my citizens, please don't let that happen.
It could be a great unifier. It could be the type thing that brings together areas of the city that at times have not been together. Have you considered that? Do you feel that at times?
Sure. And I don't want, this is not a racial issue. This had nothing to do with it. And I just ask that my citizens, please do not let this split us apart. It needs to bring us together.
I have one more curiosity question myself, and I just got to ask it real quick. It's off topic. The night that Desmonte Leonard or whatever they were hunting the house, poking the holes in the roof and all that, who was in command out there?
It was the marshals detail. It was their command. We were assisting them.
I remember seeing a lot of Christopher and Todd out there.
Well, I was at the scene working very closely with Marshal Baylor, and we were making a lot of calls and decisions for the safety of everybody involved. We evacuated the area of all the citizens.
I drove out there.
But one of the discussions we had that night, there had been 2 police officers killed in Miami just a year before that were members of a VICAT team and their violent crime apprehension team. And we had a commitment to each other. The marshals, there were deputy sheriffs there from the county, and Chief Cunningham was there. And we all looked at each other, Marshal Baylor, myself, Chief Cunningham, and we committed to one another that we did not want any of our officers, deputies, or deputy marshals to get hurt. And that's why an abundance of caution was used in that situation.
All right. Well, let me get these callers in. Mr. William, Miss Daisy, AJ, Boomer T, let's get them. Mr. William, you're up. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning, Chief.
Morning.
Hey, good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Mr. William.
Hey, I like how you stood up on your ground, because the mayor, he asked you, said, hey, do you want me to kind of like bring this out? Is it okay with you? And if you would have said no, that would have been something that he would have had by hold on you, because if people want to know then, what do we don't want to talk about? But
is there any of this it's fine for you, but I'll be in the public arena.
It is. There's nothing I'm ashamed of, nothing I've done that is illegal, unethical, immoral, wrong. Nothing I've done has been vindictive. That word has been used. I've never been vindictive in any decision or action that I've ever taken. I always thought of the citizens and the city of Montgomery and the Montgomery Police Department were in my best interest when I made the decision to speak.
Vindictive is what Christopher and Todd have done. Thanks for your call, Mr. William. Let me go to Miss Daisy. Miss Daisy, how does it go? The guilty flee and the righteous stand tall, or something like that? Good morning, Miss Daisy.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning, Miss Daisy.
I guess I've been still asleep. I had to go back to the hospital again last night.
I'm sorry.
God bless you.
This is my second trip, but since I know the Chief is okay, I guess I'll get myself together now.
Well, please do, because I'm just fine, Miss Daisy, and I appreciate your prayers and your calls, and you're a very special lady.
I know.
She is.
Back home 4 o'clock this morning, but I'm doing okay now. Well, thank God for you, and thank God for the judge allowing you to come on the show this morning.
You don't sound good. We'll check on you in a little while. But
I'll get myself together now.
we love you.
Well, I'm going to be just fine, Miss Daisy. Don't worry about me. I'm just fine.
Okay, dear.
You hang strong, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll check
Get
on
some rest.
We'll check on you in just a little while. AJ, you're up next. AJ, you're on with Kevin Murphy.
Okay, I know it's short on time, Mark. First of all, Chief Murphy, once a chief, always a chief. I just wanted to send out my condolences to you and your family. And Chief, you're a grown man, but take some advice, Chief. When you get through this interview with Mark today, please take you a break, you and the wife. I ain't talking about no 1 or 2 days. Take you a break, brother. You've been through a lot.
They've earned
ain't
it.
been buried 30 days. But Chief, real quick, I used to have this recruiter who used to work for me in Michigan, and he had a saying when he shook a snake's hand. What is this guy running or hiding from? Now, you can put that on either one of the parties. I know you won't, Chief, but get when you shake two of those guys' hands. And I, for one, was with William Boyd. I said they shouldn't have hired that guy. It was a waste of our money. Bottom line. Chief.
Yes, sir.
Train of thought somebody walked in. Chief, take you a break, my brother.
I appreciate that.
You'll see your brother again.
I will.
You will see him again because I know he was a believer.
We're having a comfortable conversation about that off there, AJ, and thanks for your call. I will say this to the audience. I don't mind sharing it, and I'm not going to share everything I might privately said to Kevin Murphy, but I do believe, and he smiled and he realizes it, I do believe that one of the people who's the proudest of Kevin Murphy standing up right now is his brother, who is probably watching all of this right now, his twin brother, and you feel that.
I do.
You can express what you can about that because you have an expression on your face of peace. It's obvious that you're dealing with this in the right way through our Lord.
You know, Debbie and I, my wife, we were guilt-ridden when Pat died and very upset, as could be expected, and angry. But then through the grieving process, you realize that no amount of anger, no amount of grief, no amount of guilt is ever going to bring my brother back. And, you know, the grieving process is just that. It's a process. Every day is better than the day before. And, you know, there's some questions that I will never have answered about Pat's death because I can't talk to him anymore. But, you know, I've got a wonderful family. I've got wonderful children, grandchildren, friends, and we're all secure in the Lord. We're going to move on. I'm always going to remember Pat and honor him. You know, everywhere I go, people, whoa, man, you just remind me of Pat. Of course, I'm his identical twin brother. But we're going to forge ahead. You know, I'm not going to be angry or bitter about anything that's happened because that'll only end up destroying me in the end. So I'm at peace with what's happened. I am going to defend my honor and my good name. I am going to do that. But I'm not angry at anybody. I'm not mad at anybody. I don't dislike anybody. Because if I did do that, it would only destroy Kevin Murphy, and I'm not going to allow that to happen. I've had to have some conversations with some of my children and tell them the same thing because they're hurting for their dad. My wife is hurting for me, and I think that was abundantly clear at the press conference Monday. I love my wife. She has been the most supportive person in my life that I've ever known, and I really appreciate her standing by me.
And his wife, Debbie, is a public employee. She's a dedicated employee that works in the court system, in the municipal court, and does a great job down there, working with Ken and the different folks that have to run a difficult department. And a lot of it was said by the way y'all were standing there. And I have to ask you this. This is something I watched you several times during the press conference. I watched you. You did kind of look up.
Mm-hmm.
And you held your head up, which is a matter of, I guess, pride and the situation. But you had your family standing right beside you. Were there moments during that press conference by which you reached up, maybe higher than that building, to try to get through those moments?
Oh, the whole time, Mark. And you know, I was thinking about. I was a little. Not upset, but just a little disappointed that there weren't more officers there. You know, they're my MPD family. I love every one of them. John Brown and Ron Cook are brothers to me. John Brown's going to need all the support in the world to.
My word is they were told not to come. Let me get a couple more in. Let me get in. I got about a minute. Ron, I'm going to give you quick. Ron, you're in. Ron Sanders, go ahead.
Good morning, Chief. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning.
Remember, as we always talk and as we always say, peace be still, for the Lord is not through. There is much work need to be done. We're with you, my brother, and keep your head high.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too. Thanks,
Ron, that was actually the sermon that Alan Newton gave about being still. Scott Simmons, you're up. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Chief. Thanks. Just wanted to call to encourage you. You so far to me sound like a righteous man. And I believe that the city officials are hiding something. And I love the fact that Mark's on it, because Mark has the ability usually to fish out the truth. And hopefully, you two guys can become fast friends and stay close, because Mark's a good guy. He'll help you.
Well, thank you. But Scott, I appreciate the comments. We're going to go. Kevin Murphy, God bless you, your wife Debbie, and all you've been through. The people of Montgomery appreciate integrity in public service, sir, and you've shown it.
Thank you.
We will have you back.